Hi guys, you're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and we are doing Gabby's requested video. Earlier today, there's Otis Rutler. Earlier today, Gabby, she ordered an oracle deck from me. I make all different shapes and sizes of oracle decks and put them in interesting containers. One of a kind. The description is, down in the description is the Etsy listing where if you want an oracle deck, you can message me and we can make one for any kind you like. She got one in a little mirror box that would have a powder puff and powder in it, a vintage one. And instead of having an oracle deck inside, she wanted to look in the little mirror and pull cards with pictures on them and say positive healing affirmations for self-love and law of attraction. So that's what we did. And so that's why I'm making this requested video, even though I've done a few videos today, right? Hello, Sophia. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Gabby, I'm glad that you're here. So great that the person who asked for the video is here. Hi, Saffron. Nice to see you guys. So Gabby's question was, can I have a video on how to bless in and cleanse a brand new deck and make it yours and attached to you? So, just a minute. I've got a bunch of stuff written down. I'm not going to show actual workings here. I may make a video for this on Patreon that shows actual things, but I'm going to answer this question and I've got a lot of things to say about it. So, basically, the first thing that I do if I were to get a brand new box, like a brand new Oracle deck in, is I open it and I start talking to it. Okay, I start saying, if I were to say like, oh my gosh, I love this card, oh my gosh, I love that card, this is so beautiful. Normally I do that in private, and that's about the time that I start talking to the deck. And so that you would call animism, okay, because it's an inanimate object that you're talking to, and in a sense, kind of giving a little bit of a spirit to, okay? I'm not saying you're making it a spirited deck. I'm just saying that it's like this spiritual respect type of thing. This is what I do. These are things I do, you guys. Also, I do cleanse it because when it was at the manufacturer's, well, Gabby, yours was with me, but still there's energies that attach on the way over. It's going to travel across the world to get to you. And perhaps, you know, the post offices, wherever it's at, the handlers might have been having a shit day. So you're still going to want to cleanse it even if you know it's from a friend. But I use a couple things. I'll either use like a Palo Santo stick or a sage bundle, okay? And you just get that to be where it's smoking and you run it all over just the deck itself. You can do each individual card when you first get it, sure, but the deck itself is kind of a good enough method to go about. So either Palo Santo sage, but the big one, you guys, is if you can get juniper crushed up in your mortar and pestle and then sprinkle it on a hot coal disc and put the cards over that smoke one by one. Woo! You guys, juniper, and that's why I have a listing for it on my Etsy page, because if I had a listing for all my herbs, it would be crazy, crazy pants town. But juniper for sure, because it's just such a good spiritual cleanser. So if you are working and doing spirit communication, etc., it's something that I feel keeps good spirits around and gets bad spirits the hell out. My opinion, kind of like what Florida water does, right? That kind of purpose. All right. Yes, blessed October to you too, Sophia. Hello, Mystic Veteran. Hello, everybody who's here. All right. So next, did you have a question in there? The juniper shavings I can burn, question mark. I'm talking about juniper berries. Can you burn the juniper shavings? Yeah, you can. Put them in an incense blend, whatever. Probably want to get them powdered so they don't catch on fire. And I believe in the bag that I sent you there is some powder in there, but you can get it powdered with like a spice grinder is a really good way to do that, or a food processor, or maybe your mortar and pestle, but it might take forever. Yeah, so juniper berries, you get those in the mortar and pestle and it's going to be kind of gooey when you're done. You just sprinkle that onto a coal disc and then that smoke that comes up, it's going to be your best bet. To me and what I've read, like 20 times stronger than a sage bundle, okay? Now, I'm going to give a trigger warning right now. we're going to be talking about menstrual blood and or semen and blood and bodily fluids. Okay? It's just something that when we're talking about bonding with something, hold on, my mother's come up, I guess. She doesn't ever know. I'm doing a video, Mom. Okay, I'm doing a video. Just leave me whatever you want. Thank you for that. Alright, so warning, we're going to talk about bodily fluids off and on throughout this video. So another thing that I would do the first night I got it home is I would put it not next to my bed, but in my bed with me. And I'm not talking about fall asleep cuddling it. It could break. Gabby, don't do that because it's in that old vintage box. But like, you know, if you have a big enough bed, just set it where you're not going to mess it up, or put it under your pillow, and or put 2 pillows, you know, or just get it in your bed with you so that it's in your like connection to your astral realm. Okay? And that's where we're trying to get connected to when we do our tarot reads, is that astral realm. So okay, now when I talk about menstrual blood in this, that would be for men. Like, when we're talking about bodily fluids in these types of things, for women, it's either going to be regular blood or menstrual blood. And then or you could use tears if you're not comfortable with blood. And then for men, or even saliva would be fine. And then for men, it would be semen, regular blood, tears, saliva. You know? But I always think, like, if you're talking menstrual blood for women, how do you bond with that for a man? It would be your seed, right? Like, it's the same thing, menstrual blood and semen, right? If you think about it, like, it's going to be your closest connection to the egg and the seed. Okay. All right. And that bonds your ancestry and your DNA. Remember, your menstrual blood has your ancestry back to the first point when humankind started. So it's just like a personal spiritual tracking number. Also, well, we'll keep going. So you can add menstrual blood or regular blood to a clear quartz stone or point. Okay, so like a piece of raw clear quartz or a clear quartz point. And you'll see those on top of tarot cards a lot. If you find one that's like a pyramid or a point, add the drop of the blood to the bottom, the flat part, and then lay that on your cards so it's actually touching your cards. And, you know, let it dry on the stone, not the cards, but it's still going to get that vibration of you resonated through all of that. Magic never asks you to hurt yourself, okay? So don't go cutting yourself. And if you must, if you really want to get a drop of blood fresh and do that in a working and do a little bit of letting, make sure you get a lancet kit and alcohol swabs, and you do it all like square and how it would be medically done. I'm not a doctor, but you should make sure that it's done really safe and sterilely, okay? But magic really, in Scott Cunningham's opinion, never asks you to hurt yourself and never wants you to hurt yourself. Harm yourself or others. So you get a clear quartz or a clear quartz point, flattest area, put some blood or menstrual blood or semen onto that area, or spit or tears, or all of them, whatever. Lay that card, lay the part where you added it to on the top of the cards, and then put it in your windowsill. Okay? And keep it in the windowsill if it's me, I only keep it in my windowsill at night because I work with moon stuff and I'm trying to draw moonlight down into my cards rather than sunshine. So, or you could leave it in your windowsill and absorb the moon and the sun and have a good like duality and balance, and you know, it just depends on what your intuition says to do, really, and how you personally feel about it. Now, I suggest the first full moon, and isn't there a full moon like coming right around the corner? I still don't have a moon calendar, guys. If anybody wants to donate a moon book of the moon phases of the year 2019 and 20, I still don't have one. But the year's almost over. So I've gone a year without. I've done pretty good just Googling it, yeah. So Gabby, the first full moon after you get your deck, take it out in that full moon talk to it, bless it, give gratitudes for the reads you've gotten so far. Just really try and bond with it out in that full moonlight. Like, bundle up with your coats, get a candle or a lantern or a hurricane candle or something out there if you can. And just, and remember, even if you cannot see the full moon, like if the night's not clear, it's going to be 1 in 1,000 times that you'll get moonlight on your object. It just is hard to get to happen, especially if you live in the woods and stuff. But, you know, really try and get out there in that full moon, grab that energy directly from the air onto the cards. And if you're wondering about moon rays, it's just like sun rays. You can totally get sunburned when it's overcast, right? Same thing with moon rays. They're still all around the air penetrating, okay? Alright, so next is like, make rules for your deck and stick to them. I don't let other people touch my cards. It's a totally weird thing because a lot of people do their tarot where other people touch their deck and like cut their cards and all that, or shuffle. I don't do that. I don't do that. I like to touch the person and hold their hand myself, but I don't like anybody to touch my decks, and it's just a weird thing, right? Alright, the other thing is, so like making rules and sticking to them, it shows RESPECT for your deck, that deck that you're giving a spirit in a sense, and animating and joining you in your practice and your work and your true self and that. So let's see, where am I at? One of the things I also do every time is every time before I touch any of my decks, this isn't counting when I'm making them, but like after they've been made or whatever, or if I'm using a deck that I purchased or somebody gave me, I always, always, always put Florida water on my hands. Always. Because I just show my deck that respect of cleansing anything that may be attached to me at that moment before I touch them. So make up your own like little like set of rules that you stick to, and I really do feel like when you show your deck that RESPECT, then you'll get that back. And Gabby, it won't take you long, but just start playing with trusting your intuition, and start get a book of symbols, and before you read the definition of the symbol, guess. That would be a really good way to practice your intuition. Something like that. Okay, so make rules for the deck, stick to them. Speak out loud and give gratitude, I said that, to the cards themselves, practice animism. Sleep with it in bed, I said that. Smoke the deck with wormwood smoke for spirit communication. So if I'm asking, not my spirit guides, not the universe, not Gaia, to give me a message through the cards, if I'm asking a certain spirit, like I'm asking Crowley to assist me with the Thoth Tarot, or Lady Frida Harris, or somebody like that, or if I'm asking my granddad to help me read a deck of cards and communicate with me with these cards, okay? If I'm asking somebody that is like a person that's passed away, that either I knew or I didn't know. A lot of the times I ask Scott Cunningham for help in readings. At that point, I take a bunch of wormwood, which I sell on my Etsy shop, which is down in the description below, where you can order custom oracle decks in any shape, any size, any theme. But I also sell wormwood, and there's a listing for that on my Etsy page. I'll smoke my deck with a bundle of wormwood. And Gabby, I sent you some wormwood, so you're good to go, from my 2019 spring garden. So I'll smoke the deck with wormwood if I want to use it for spirit communication. And lately, because I saw William, I have been using that spirit. And that's a true spirit because it's a long legend. But watch my Mandrake Root videos if you don't know enough or too much about Mandrake Root. Alright, put a drop of menstrual blood, and for a man, semen, on your third eye. So right here. Right there. During your readings. And this is supposed to open the veil completely, so where your reads are so clear and your intuition is so spot on, and you the spirit communication is high. So that's one thing that you can do. Not a lot of people like to practice this. because you're putting that on your face. But you know what? I've practiced it lots and lots of times. I don't practice it I don't nearly practice it every time. Maybe once every 8 or 10 times. But, you know, it's really different, and it really heightens your reads, and it changes how quick you are on things, and it's really something. So I have to say that, attest to that. Oh, right. So remember I got that big jug of popcorn, and we talked about the popcorn and how popcorn is good for divination, right? Okay, so I was saying lay your tarot cards in a bowl of popcorn. I'm also going to tell you all the other herbs and read out of Scotty's Green Book and tell you all the other good herbs for divination, and you could lay it in a bowl of that herb as well, or a mixture of all of them, which would be the best. So lay it in a bowl of popcorn or any other of Scotty's divination herbs. Read the list from Encyclopedia Green Book, and the bowl should either be wooden, glass, metal, or an earthenware bowl, like a clay bowl, okay? You don't want it to be a plastic bowl. It degrades the vibration of the herbs. Plastic isn't a natural, you know, oil's natural, but plastic's not a natural material. So let me tell you the rest of the herbs for divination. And oh boy, we should make this blend for sure, this divination blend for your cards. So let me just look it up, and no idea what happened there. Sorry. So now we're going to go ahead and continue talking about Scott Cunningham's divination herbs, which appear on page 276 in the Green Book, Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs by Scott Cunningham, my father of witchcraft. And so divination herbs, broom. So you could make a bowl of one or all or a mixture of any of these herbs and lay your tarot cards in it, because their vibration and their magical energy and power is divination. Broom, B-R-O-O-M. Camphor. And so, yeah, smoke some camphor while you're doing your tarot cards. Camphor is so underrated. I don't have any. If anybody could send me camphor, I would be so appreciative. But it's such a good one for divination. I always forget about that. Cherry, so either cherry wood or cherry stems, or you could put dried cherry in there, or cherry seeds. Abundance, cherry seeds. Dandelion. Dandelion's a really good one for divination. Remember I had it on that Wormwood King Crown on Patreon? That was a good one. Fig. Fig leaf, absolutely. Goldenrod. Ground ivy. Hibiscus. Hibiscus is so beautiful. You could make a tea out of this too and drink the tea for your divination. So, Gabby, if you want me to make you a blend for the bowl and a divination tea, just let me know and I'll send those to you. But doesn't this sound good? Pomegranate, orris, orange, meadowsweet, hibiscus, ground ivy, you couldn't put that in there, fig, dandelion, cherry, camphor, broom, and corn. So there you go. So happy to share that little idea, or these ideas with you guys, for how you can, you know, bond with your tarot cards when you first get them, and how you can personally gain a connection to them. So in the comments below after the video is over, I'd love to hear your guys' ideas for and what you guys do, because I know there's so many more things that people do to bond with their cards and to bless them in. Now, camphor is not in mothballs. It used to be back in the 18 and early 1900s. It's not anymore. I have a jar of mothballs, and when I open up, everybody in the room starts coughing. So I only use it for really, really messed up workings, like when I really need to get some return to sender stuff done, or somebody to leave my area. You could put it in like hot foot. You could put it in, you know, your get out of here oils. But it used to be in mothballs back in the day. It's not anymore. But Sherry Bug, that's a good one, because I heard you could substitute mothballs for camphor. But if you have an Indian market, that's a really good place to go. But you want to make sure you get 100% camphor, and you get them in these little clear blocks, you know. And like I say, not a big coffee or tea drinker. All right, that's okay, no worries. But you should get some of these herbs together and blend them up, and you could lay your cards in those herbs. It would just be so nice. Sherry Bug D, the mothballs, as you know, They have fake camphor in them. Yeah, and it's just so crazy. Hey, Lilacs and Lightning, it's been so long. How are you? Nice to see you. Kitty, I bought that book the other day because I saw it at the bookstore. Yes, I'm so glad. Jen would tell me to get that. I definitely would. Madam Butterfly loves camphor. Hey, Michelle Cantrell, how are you? Uncle Badger, nice to see you. So good to see you guys. So, Gabby, did you have any other questions before I'm done with this video? I have to go record a video on the chicken's feet. I got to prepare the chicken's feet, and then tonight I have another sunrise working. So I've just been like just doing stuff like crazy. Hey, Queen Ushindi, check your Skype. I sent you a bunch of messages. We need to chit-chat to each other. Oh my god, Alex, you scared the crap out of me. I didn't know you were coming, and then you just came up. Oh my gosh. I gotta go, y'all. I just had a ghost enter my room.
Sorry.
Alright. Kiss, kiss, ta. See you soon. Queen Ushindi, message me on Skype. And Gabby, I hope you enjoyed your video. And I hope you get your cards this evening. To Alex, say hello and goodbye.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
we gotta take care of chicken's feet and all that.